Welcome back to Round 5 Commentary with your boy Sparky. I'm here with my boy Victor. Victor, you're here with me. You're on the screen. What is going on?
I learned how to travel through the fourth dimension of time, which allows me to be in two places at once. So here we are.
Or you invented a video recorder. Got it. So we got blue-white control against Jeskai Affinity. I saw Kyle tearing it up at FNM.
Yeah, so I did not know what Kyle was on at all. And yeah, we're gonna do a little Monopoly re-rolling.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought you won the die roll. I guess not.
Nope, did not win the die roll.
Okay, so I know you came to me before the event because you thought you were working behind the camera this week and borrowed a couple Isochron scepters. Are we going to see some spice today, Victor?
I wouldn't say it's spice, at least if you're familiar with blue-white control space lists.
Okay.
ISO Scepter has been pretty well adopted, I'd say, just depending on your variation, especially in the non-miracles lists. I feel like it's much more popular. So I'll get you the list because I know we might have some people who ask for it. This is a 1-on-1 split, so there's gonna be one scepter main, one side.
Got it. Looking at what I think is a list that Kyle sent me close to what he's doing, it's pretty much what everybody else is doing here. It's called Jeskai Affinity. It's more blue-white affinity with like whip flares and wear tears in the sideboard because the Mox Opal makes every color of mana needed. And I mean, like, it's the Tamiyo Emery like combination that we've seen with the Moxes. We have Kappa Cannoneers, we have Thought Monitors, Metallic Rebuke, Stockcasts, and then like a whole bunch of one-ofs to go with your Saga, Tormod's Crypt, Aether Spellbomb, Lava Spur Boots, Pithing Needle, Shadow Spear, Soul Guide Lantern, along with a bunch of portable holes, which are also artifacts. So, like, you're just going to be able to get your Kappa Cannoneers into play. Oh, and it looks like he's playing Corey Stonecutter. Oh, and a Jeskai Ascendancy. Is this a different... This might be just Ascendancy, not Affinity.
Yeah, so it's written as Affinity. I think that I would say it's like both of them matched together. Now, to be fair, I don't know the combo deck very well. I know there is a Jeskai Ascendancy combo going around.
So I can tell you with the two pieces that he has in play, and if he played the Jeskai Ascendancy, he has infinite triggers on the Emery. Because you crack the bauble, right? You tap the Emery, recast the bauble, untap the Emery.
No kicker.
And the Emery gets +1/+1 every time you do that. So, at that point, he can just make the Emery infinitely large and then just kill you in one shot. And then he doesn't have to draw all the bauble triggers.
16.
Yes, so knew that after the fact. I think we talked. Kyle's nice enough to give me some tidbits of information between sideboarding here, but once he played the Ascendancy, I figured it was more on the combo than it was anything else, which is why I hit that orange chant there.
Yeah,
I figured, you're swinging for one at most.
Mm-hmm.
You know, good trade in.
Yep.
So
You got it.
Yeah, and then make basically unsummoning here is probably the right call.
Yeah, it buys another turn, right? In my knowledge, there's nothing that gives it haste. I would think in the deck, maybe if he was playing Lava Spur, I don't know.
I basically just pulled up a deck list that was completely incorrect. So I guess I'll try and see if I can find an Ascendancy build.
Well, I mean, we'll find out as we follow along with past Victor about what it was.
Past Tamiyo. Yeah. Play a land tapped. And
I don't have the heart to tell Kyle in person. I actually hate that Emery art. I would have just preferred if he had the OG foil.
It's not bad. I don't hate it. It's kind of okay for me, but it definitely is a little odd. Are you debating on if you're going to play the tap land here? Because I know you have that.
I was debating if I should wait to Wrath another turn. So
I think playing the Hall of Storm Giants here is actually pretty good. Do you have 2 white sources yet, or no?
I can go get one because I have a Mystic Gate and a Windswept in hand.
Okay. I would have liked to see, I'm not sure what you're going to do now, but, my line of play from you would be, Mystic Gate, Upkeep, Orm's Chant, and then just make it so he can't do anything for his turn. And then on your next turn, you just play Wrath of the... you plus Teferi.
You got Narset.
Ooh.
Yep.
You plus the Teferi and then you hit the Wrath is what I was hoping for, but we'll see what happens.
So you might have not seen that there was another chant in hand. So my line of thought was get these both down because it cuts off Kyle being able to draw cards with any clues that are made.
Sure.
And then lets that Bulbo be kind of semi-awkward because he now isn't behooved to do it on my turn. So he's going to do it on his turn only, maybe, which doesn't help him much.
This also works. Like I just didn't want him to attack was my line of thought, but then I guess the Narset, like he can only do
one
at Narset.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make a clue.
So it sucks here because now you can't just tick the Narset down. You kind of have to just let it sit.
Yeah, I didn't mind that considering I hit a Narset off of her minus, so it was kind of just doing its job at this point.
Yeah.
So not the end of the world.
And I think that was a Castle Vantris. I'm kind of a huge fan of like land, pass, and then in his upkeep, just wreck him. Is that a Shadow Spear on top?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that is in fact a Shadow Spear.
The Laura Croft one.
Super cool art. I hate alternate cards though. I'll complain about that all day. I'm like, oh, what is this thing?
Yeah, I mean, we're so used to looking at like imagine if Mishra's Bauble like was like a little trinket, like it was like a Lucky Charm or something like that.
I would be fighting people.
Yeah, it's like I know what the original Mishra's Bauble looks like, and then they made like the old artifact brown border ones. At least they kind of look the same with the artwork. But I can agree that like trying to do casting and stuff like this, it's hard when you do stuff like that. He's kind of caught between a rock and a hard place. He has another Emery. I think he's got a Force and that Jeskai Ascendancy.
I'm tapping all over the place. Time to cast Prayer Down.
Ooh. Okay, you don't like alt arts. How about extended bordered arts like this preordain?
I'm cool with that because I can the central picture. I actually think those should be like. I think every card like should come with its original art extended. I love that.
Kind of like that preordain, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna assume you have a counterspell. My time to cast Jeskai Ascendancy.
I have something even better for this Jeskai Ascendancy.
Yeah. You crack that bubble and then your board's gone.
Results.
Is there a 0 in the bin?
There is a bubble.
Yeah. Show me potato salad.
Target the bobble in my graveyard.
I'll respond.
Yeah, you got it.
Got him!
Pretty good.
And unfortunately, Kyle did forget to crack the bubble.
I will still cast the bobble in my graveyard.
Yep.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Jump.
Yep.
Gosh, Control looks like so much fun when someone else is doing it.
Yep.
I swear to God, if you find an Orms chant here, I'm going to lose my crap.
I did not. I found a stock up, though.
Okay.
It's also pretty good. Especially with an online Teferi.
Oh, it's instant speed! Oh!
Except I don't think I actually ever cast it at instant speed. I just blank on the fact. I was just like, you know what? Yeah, I'm just going to do these things instead.
I think it's, plus play land, play Narset, pass.
I'm not going to lie. That switch from 3 to 4 on that dice looked really smooth. I don't know why. I just happened to watch myself do it. I'm like, man, I'm kind of slick with it. I think I played Narset and said go.
That's actually the exact opposite of what I thought, but I mean, teach their own.
What flavor of haterade did you get at Wawa today?
Hey, man, you're playing the blue deck. Somebody's got to hate on you, right?
We have like tons of archive footage of you playing the blue deck, right? Like the blue deck, because Murktide was the blue deck for a while.
Lies and slander.
Yeah. Churl edition insubordinate.
Churl edition. Deplorable.
Yeah, I just wanted to put the Narset down. I felt like that was better overall. There's the. Oh, actually, no. I end up with a better situation. I forgot.
Oh, dear God.
Yeah, pretty good.
Dear Lord Jeebus.
We will
Pass the turn to you, big dog.
we'll pass to you. Have effects after you draw.
Uh-oh. Did you draw a card?
Draw step.
That's unfortunate.
Go to game 2. Ugh, rats, guys.
Imagine your opponent conceding to you casting a sorcery on their turn.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, I had to tell Kyle. Not only did I think he was playing Boro, I thought he was playing Jeskai Energy in the first place because that's what he's been playing. So I kept a hand based on that, which actually turned out to be absurdly even better because it was had Wrath. I was fortunate enough to sack the prismatic ending off the top on my draw step to that Tameo,
Yeah.
which would have definitely made him go off faster because he missed, I think, a turn, at least a turn without Metalcraft, so his Opal couldn't tap for anything, which I don't know if that would have been relevant, but that might have affected, clock speed. So it was pretty substantial to see that prismatic ending.
It looks like he's debating on 5 cards, 3 Force Negations, and 2 Spell Pierces. He also was looking at Consign to Memory for some reason, which I thought was very weird. Because it doesn't really do much against your deck. Ooh, okay. 2 Rest in Peace on your side. I see a Scepter and 2 Stern Scolding. No, 2 Dispute.
So I walked away to go grab my deck box because it was in the other room, just so I could see what I remember about it. I think I ended up with either 4 or 5. It was definitely 2 Rips and an Isochron Scepter. Maybe the Mystical Disputes came in. I can't remember.
Like, I think based off of seeing the cards in his deck already, I think I would be somebody who would bring in Dispute here. Because you cut off a lot of his early plays of like an early, like a turn 2 Emery for him, and then a couple of other things. It looks like you cut.
We'll see it at the end, so don't hurt yourself too hard. But
I was gonna say it looked like you cut a Supreme Verdict and a couple other white cards, probably some interactive pieces. But
I think I just cut these Supreme Verdicts because of the fact that if he's going to kill me, he's going to kill me on his turn with haste. So. Or at least in my mind, it was haste. I guess really talking about it now, he can't give stuff haste. Besides Lava Spur, which
I was gonna say that was the one I was gonna bring up was the possibility of Lava Spur. So
you will because there's 2
and then we do talk about it in the end. Kyle brought in the consigns because of the Iso Scepters, not realizing how few I had. But it's not terrible just because you can hit certain. Well, no, actually, now the more I think about it, I don't really have any other.
I don't think it's that good at all. To be honest with you,
no. I had to think about it, and the more I thought about it, the more I realized it was not good.
Yeah, Consign is just not a card you want against the control deck.
Yeah, it only hits ISO, and I'm not usually deploying ISO without some sort of backup and or already problematic permanents in his face.
That looks like a good hand.
No, it was 2 T5s within it, which in my mind is already 2 dead cards. I don't want to see T5 that early, especially in my openers. So I'm basically looking at a hand of 5, and the hand of 5 was terrible. So
I honestly couldn't see any lands there, so that's why I was like, "Oh, that's."
There was 2 or 3 lands, but there was not enough early interaction for me to be happy with it, especially when I assumed that after seeing Ascendancy and not letting him go off, I just assumed there is this just one turn I'm dead. So I wanted the interaction. Oh yeah, there's where I tell Kyle it was bad news for him. This is an interesting. All right, so now for everyone at home, this is somewhat a terrible hand to actually keep, but because I had the Rip, the Solitude, and the Prismatic ending and 2 white lands, I decided, you know what? I've got enough here to slow the game down.
Yeah, so like theoretically, if he goes Tameo, you have that covered. And then if he goes Emery on turn 2, you have that covered with the Rip, right?
Yes.
I'm surprised you didn't put the counterspell to the bottom of your deck. Oh, that's not a. Is that a counterspell? It's
a counterspell. It's a secret lair.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't put that on the bottom of your deck compared to whatever other card you.
It was a Narset, so that means I still need to double blue anyway. Except I needed double. I would have needed double blue plus another mana. So
there's one of them.
which I end up getting as it
I'm
is.
gonna go to 17 and
Slap this rip down immediately.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Rest in peace, you say.
There's no way he doesn't spell pierce here, right?
Interesting. Yeah.
What?
Here we go.
What are you playing spell pierce for then, bud?
So it will make sense
Assassin's Creed
soon.
fans,
Is there a Kappa
Why?
Cannoneer in his hand?
So his game plan was to establish a kappa and just protect it.
Yeah, that's
I
what the
think-
ward's for, my guy.
It's like sick when he says it.
Yeah, I think Kyle forgot certain parts of it, and I understand.
Yeah. Sure.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Just a
Except
bad
I
boy.
am able to punish that line of thinking here, because if I would do what I remember, I think
Card in hand.
no, I did not. I kept it behind, so you'll see. We'll let it play out.
So my thought process is
Here you go.
yeah. So you picking up the Kahira means that next turn you can evoke a Solitude and pay the 4,
Take one.
16.
right?
Right. That's the idea there.
Yeah, and also if you draw a chant, the game ends theoretically.
It won't end next turn
No, because he has
I
the
still
spell
need
pierce,
that.
and he could pay 2 to pierce the.
Well, not even that. There's no point in me deploying it because if I have 4 mana, I can't pay that white kicker. I need 5 to do it all in the same turn. So I didn't feel that it was necessary, even if I drew chant,
that's
to
fair.
play it.
Five.
I'm at 12.
12 to my 16. Pass.
Okay, so you have a turn 2 clock.
Mhm.
That's definitely interesting.
Here you go.
During your end phase, I'll bobble you. Go to my turn.
So he's known about your last 2 draws, the Narset and
Trigger on the stack.
whatever the next one is.
I mean, I shuffle away anyway. I don't
Yeah.
even know if I saw what the top card was, but
Cast Solitude, pitching Kahira.
Give him the Tude.
I'll gain 5.
You're at 21.
Draw for bobble.
Yep.
Draw for turn.
now I do have a sense of urgency. I remember just in my head thinking about how I can end this game as quickly as possible because I also just didn't want to give Kyle time because
That's
one,
fair.
not being as familiar with the list, I didn't know if he had some easy stuff to just deal with the rip and then just dump the hand. Now it's not breach levels of strong, but I didn't want to take that chance. So in
That's
my
fair.
head, I was seriously considering just how to dig as deep as I could, and I think I ended up just going Narset look.
Yeah, you got Narset. Yep. Sure.
Make you find something, I guess. Here we go.
Well, that gives him Kappa.
Yeah.
I think playing a Kappa is at least probably the right thing to do.
Yeah. Go. 0 to 10. Yep.
Yeah, the Kappa follow up was like, I didn't realize that there was a lot of Kappas. Actually, I didn't think there was any, just because I thought it was some just combo all in deck. So when
Yeah,
he played
no,
the
that's
first
fair.
one, I looked at it. I'm like, I deserve this. Taking out the Supreme Verdicts also felt like really bad when he played the first one because I'm like, well, I have no great way to deal with this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bin that. Untap. Draw.
Yep.
Was that what I thought it was?
Oh yeah.
Oh, baby.
So risky.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
Menace.
Sure.
Show you this big guy.
Yep.
Move to your upkeep.
Okay, so
Yeah.
this is where. Ooh! Oh, he didn't.
Yeah, now that I know he had the spell pierce here, I kind of wonder why he didn't. Because
There's a possibility where he thought that the spell just goes on the stack, and that's just what happens. So
Like keeping,
I'll have to ask him about that.
just don't want
Just
him
because if he ever
using-
goes against Isoceptor again, I certainly want him to
Um,
know that. Like, does it feel great? No, because you're
back to you on
in
your-
theory losing value to the card because you have to ditch a card just to do that, and you're not killing me that turn.
if I'm being
Potentially.
honest with you, like I know you've demonstrated a loop, I would just leave all 5 of those things tapped.
You're at 20.
So I thought about it.
And then just
from
tell him
a-
like every turn I'm going to do this. Just for like a speed purpose, in order to like let's say you're in a position where you're like, I'm going to continue to do this every turn. Like you've demonstrated a loop of like, I'm going to draw a card, pass to you, hold priority on your upkeep, and then do this.
So the only reason I didn't was because I actually didn't know if I was always going to be in a situation yet, because I wasn't sure if I was
Sure.
going to
Okay.
keep this lockdown going.
What does that do here?
Because I also was thinking about how I'm supposed to be able to advance my board here.
I think the way that you advance your board here is you on your turn playing Days Undoing,
No, you're good.
and then chanting him in his upkeep, because now he has to deal with the Days Undoing and he has to deal with the chant. So you're kind of okay.
Leave it on top.
Yeah, you're just trying to leave lands on top until you can do multiple things.
Which I think ended up being the plan, but I think I just kept in my mind that I wanted to play it safe
Sure.
and just wait until I had like the 5 here to go like Days, Counterspell, plus that backup. Or I did T5 in this.
Yeah, because now you've demonstrated a point where you're going to get to a point where he can't play spells or attack, and then you're going to. Yeah, and I mean you're fine with that.
Yeah, I have one more T5. If that was my last T5, I would have maybe thought about counterspelling, but knowing that he has a Saga that's going to cause problems, plus the Kappa Cannoneer, I can't afford to.
Sure. Draw. Trigger here. Trigger on the stack. Make another token.
Sure.
Trigger the Kappa.
I assume this is where he goes and finds Haywire
Go
Might.
and search.
Yep.
There's no Haywire Might. I also don't think there's any green in the deck.
Okay. Well, I mean he has a Mox Opal on play.
Oh, that is true. But either way, I don't believe there was a Haywire Might, so.
Yeah.
You kicked it, right? I'm not crazy. Yeah, you kicked it.
Yeah, that's why you're tapping 3 mana every turn. But I think this is the point that we're at where I think you need to try and resolve this Days Undoing,
Super duper punished.
because he boarded something out.
Unfort.
Oh, he may have boarded the Pithing Needle out.
Oh no, he did not. He did not have a Pithing Needle. He boarded out Pyrite Spellbomb,
Okay.
and that made it so that he couldn't kill off the Narset to at least stop the Days Undoing.
That makes sense.
I'll give the boots to the Kappa.
Sure. You have Ward 5. You've diddly done it.
Good.
Alright.
Actually, I think it's even better than Ward 5. It's really Ward 4 and Ward 1, which is even worse.
Yeah.
I think we're at the point now where we can just Days Undoing.
Yes, we are.
Yep, I got punished.
Put Pithing Needle in your Urza Saga decks, folks.
You had to draw 1 from that.
Yeah, Pithing Needle would have been fine. Yeah, we talk about it afterwards. Pithing Needle.
Also, there's like maybe not, because you have to get up to 6 energy. But with the Supreme Verdicts out, it's going to be hard for you to deal with this board.
5, 6, 7.
I think in my mind, I think I was just saying fine T5 and end the game that way. And
That's
then just
fair.
stop caring about everything else because that's all you have to do.
Turn.
Corey Steelcutter.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only thing that's getting under you is the Saga, which is hilarious.
Yeah,
it's like
which
the only
though I will say I wasn't as bothered by the second one as the first one because the first one in my mind I'm thinking, okay, I can't. Whatever he's gonna get is gonna probably cause a problem. And then when he only got the lava spur,
Guess
I figured to myself, okay, there's nothing in his deck that helps him out of this situation, so I'm just gonna keep this locked down.
Yeah, and now you just start using the henge to try and find your win condition. I know this is riveting gameplay for the people at home because nothing's happening, but
Yeah.
sometimes this is just what goes on when you have a control deck that's like running at optimal, efficiency.
For what it's worth, for the people at home who are hating watching this, nobody talks to me when I'm playing during the tournament, so I get what I deserve, I guess.
Yeah, you don't really have a lot of friends anyway, so.
Yeah, I'm just kidding. I have a lot of friends. My life is great.
No, we love you.
You
We
could
love
all
you.
you could all hate.
I'll see what I got left in this.
Are you gonna? Is this your John Cena heel turn right now?
Yeah, I'm actually tired of the undeserved.
None of you matter.
You all use me and abuse me.
Let's see.
Surveil. That's like so useless, but I guess I will eventually maybe do something with it.
Imagine if you could put stock up on Isochron Scepter.
Yeah, if you could.
Ooh.
Unfortunately, it's only instance 2 or less. I think for a while I even considered just.
I'm not quite sure what your plan is here, but I would have just. I think you have a prismatic ending. I would have just blown a prismatic ending on one of the constructs.
Sorry. Before
In my mind, it just didn't matter. So I just was like, do I want to pitch cards to? Do I want to just discard, or do I want to use them now, or do I want to just wait and see what happens on his turn and give myself?
Luckily, Kyle, we have dice that you can put on top of these constructs that are never going to attack.
Well, you wouldn't really put dice on the constructs.
Oh, because you have 3 of them.
Oh, you're talking about the constructs themselves.
Here, make token.
Yep.
Yeah, but then he wouldn't be able to show off how many cool constructs we have,
It's true.
which I'm more appreciative of.
I swear. Okay, I wasn't.
Yeah.
Was drawing a decent
Good news is it's a mandatory search. So
I assume there can't be that many more turns to this game, especially with henge activation. I will be honest with you. If you're going to play henge, I don't think we're playing Castle Vantris anymore.
So I don't disagree. The reason that they are there is because I had an old list that was not running Scepter that as soon as I knew I was playing, came to you.
That's true. I
and
think
just made cuts. The land base did not change, and nothing else changed because the only thing I was gonna do was, what did I end up doing? I think we cut a spell snare, and then I cut dampening spheres and moved my sideboard around. Like that was all I knew I was gonna do because I knew that I wanted.
This is a win condition here. I love this, and it is historic. Let's go.
It is historic. Turns out being legendary is super relevant.
I mean, we're at enough mana where we can just wipe the board, right?
When would you like the wrath?
Yeah, if I found one. I don't think I have a wrath. Oh, yes, I do. No, wait, no, I don't want to. No, I'm not gonna. Oh, wait, do I wrath? Oh, yeah, no, I wrath, but I only wrath for 0. I leave the Kappa cannon here. I actually don't even know why I did that.
And the boots.
That's what you get.
The Moxes are gone too.
The boots was a missight on my part. I should have tapped the 1 just to get rid of those 2 because I think I used the prismatic ending on it eventually.
Fair.
But in my mind, my thought process was just that, okay, this Kappa Cannoneer will never attack me, so I do not care.
Yeah.
Fair.
That's just how I thought about it. Whether or not that's the correct thinking is irrelevant, but in my head, the Kappa could have been 1,000. It could have been the tree from Final Fantasy for all I cared.
We're just gonna do 1 white source for this. So we'll do that. And
I'm gonna draw for turn.
Which, looking forward to that card being played to see if someone finds out something crazy to break it.
I mean, it's gonna
The
go right to my end phase anyway, assumingly.
the Final Fantasy tree.
My end phase.
Yeah, the one that becomes 10,000 whatever.
Oh yeah, the cactus. Okay,
Yes, yes.
I'm just over here like, what the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, yeah. Jumbo Kakatar.
Yeah.
Cool. I'll just stock
Comes
up
to
some
10,007.
Cool.
That's
Yes.
just beautiful. Yeah, unfortunately here I'm just trying to find the Teferi, and it just takes me a while. I know what I have to do. You know, there is a little bit of choice paralysis just because there were so many cards, and you know, you're just trying to make sure that you don't accidentally give the game away for
Oh,
any
100%.
particular reason. So,
I'm there with you.
No, I think it's a waste of mana.
I believe what ends up happening is I do the math here, and I realize I have enough
You could do it.
mana
I think I know what you want,
to
dude. You could do it.
do
There are-
double Isochron Scepter with Orange Chance with kicker.
No.
Just in
You sick son of a. Nah, I lost that up point.
And then he just concedes. That's
Yeah.
pretty smart. I mean, it's a smart concession at this point. So like, that's what you're gonna do.
Because I was wondering what is it, because he kept saying he had an out, and I was like, oh, what is the out?
It's gotta be. I mean, you played the land. You played the Otawara.
Yeah.
So that's.
I didn't know if
the
you
way.
ran it though, so I wasn't sure if it was Otawara or if there's some other like artifact. Well, no, I knew it wasn't an artifact that he could at least get, right? Because he would have got it with Urza's Saga 1,000 turns earlier. But
It's like
so let's see. I can't. Yeah. Oh yeah. So he did bring in the consigns, but
I can hit Teferi on tap
No, he didn't. Those came from his sideboard.
no. Okay, you're right. You're right. Yeah.
That first Urza Saga I sacked should have gotten this, but I sided it out because you had an Arset on one and then you dazed on the right. So if you didn't have an answer to
I'm
this,
just gonna let
or if you didn't
these
have an
conversations at the end here play out, so everybody
knows
knows what was going on in the players' heads. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next time. Thank you for joining us today. Don't forget to like and subscribe and ring that bell. And if you'd like to support us, you could find us at our Bonfire store.
And a huge thank you to our sponsors, Nova Games and Brick, for hosting us for FNM. And please make sure to use our Mana Traders coupon code OCHM at sign up for 25% off your third month.
I've been Sparky. Say goodbye, Victor.
Goodbye, Victor.